Yeah, Damon, perhaps the most urgent situation of the night right after that tornado moved through west of Fairview. A mother and her daughter, her teenage daughter, have now been unaccounted for. They were driving near Highway 60 and 243, and it sounds like they were talking with someone, corresponding in some way, and lost contact. So in Major County, they have been searching that area for them. There are power lines draped across the road, no power. Jess, I know they told you they're searching with headlights and flashlights, trying to find that mother-daughter duo west of Fairview.
So we'll continue to follow that, obviously. Big issue here. A lot of people without power tonight. It's going off and on. A big percentage, about 15% in Grant County, Major County, Alfalfa County. Those numbers have actually been going up, not down tonight, with all the power lines that are down. We have heard of damage. We heard a report of one home receiving maybe light damage from one of the storms. Also some farm outbuildings being hit as well, but we don't know how extensive that damage is.
Right, and we have heard from Grant County. They are working to get to homes and barns that they believe may have structural damage. Right now, they said there were some large trees in the road, and so they're having to actually cut through that debris so they can get through the road to get, check out these locations to see if anyone's inside, if anyone's trapped or injured. So they are out there right now actively working on that in Grant County. But, we've heard of a lot of power lines that are down. Power poles snapped. Our storm chaser even saw power lines that were over a vehicle.
With people inside.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was scary right there. I will say the people who are working in these counties, these emergency managers, the sheriffs, they have been very good at getting out, sharing updates with us, bringing us information, working the scenes. And so people in these counties are working very hard tonight.
Absolutely. The Major County Sheriff telling me his deputies are out right now, literally just combing the area, looking for those down power lines that can be so dangerous, any damage, any potential victims. So that's what they are working on and working toward right now. But you mentioned one of the scariest scenes, those power lines draped across the cars. We also saw a two-car crash. That was in Roger Mills County. A car over on its side. We know that was an injury accident. We saw a couple of ambulances there. So this has caused at least some injuries. And again, we are waiting for any updates that we can possibly get on that mother and her teenage daughter west of Fairview in Major County.
And crews are going to be out. They're in the thick of things right now. They'll have a better idea of just how bad the damage is in all of these counties at first light. And of course, our crews will be covering the very latest for you. An update from Alpha County Sheriff that we got. They did say that no injuries reported at last check there in Alfalfa County. But, power lines, again, the big issue. There were a lot of them down east of Helena. And that's where actually was in Alfalfa County where one of our storm chasers saw the lines over a vehicle. So we're going to keep working to get the latest information, Damon, and we know you continue to track these storms. No longer tornado warned.